When you think of knitting, what comes to mind? Probably a big group of elderly women gossiping about the town gossip. Well, I'm here to break that stereotype. Today I would like to teach you how to knit. I started knitting when I was 14 with my mom. My aunt has knitted for as long as I can remember, and she's the one who inspired us to start trying it ourselves. Me and my mom took classes, and we caught on pretty quickly and learned to really love it, and love that it was something that we could do together. We took classes downtown in Dubuque, along with a bunch of other beginning knitters. Soon we wanted to do more challenging patterns, besides just a simple scarf. Knitting was a hobby and a form of bonding between me and my mom. We found ourselves visiting the knitting store more often and looking for new tips and tricks and patterns and yarn. I actually started a knitting club in high school with one of my friends. We donated over 100 hats to the homeless during Christmas time. As a knitter, I'd like to show you the 3 steps that it takes to learn how to knit. First, how to cast on. Second, how to use the knit stitch. And third, how to cast off. So first, choose the yarn that you want to use, and then pick up needles too. That'll fit the yarn. And what you're going to do is you're going to start by just tying a simple knot around the first needle. So just like a shoelace, you'll take it and just tie a knot. Just like that. So then you want some tail at the end because you don't want the whole yarn to fall out while you're knitting. So first what you're going to do is take the needle in your right hand, or whatever your dominant hand is, and you're going to put it through the yarn and cross it backwards through. So it's going to look like this. Then you're going to weave it around backwards around this needle. So I'll do that one more time. Just like that. And then you're going to pull this needle out and push it through. And pull the right hand needle out to loosen that yarn around it. And then you'll just slip that right onto there. And see, now we have 2 different stitches. So then you'll do the same thing. Put it through behind the back, wrap the yarn around, and then you'll pull it off this one, loosen that yarn, and then slip it over this one. So now I'm just going to do a few more so that we have enough stitches to work with. And it's always nice to keep the yarn really loose, because if your yarn is too tight, then it's going to be really hard to move them off the other needles and onto the second one. Now I have about 7 stitches, so that's probably enough. So second, I'm going to teach you how to use the knit stitch. So instead of creating more stitches on this needle, we're going to start building the yarn out. So if we were building a scarf or something like that. So we're actually going to do the exact same thing and take the needle that has no needles on it, no stitches on it, and slip it behind, wrap it around again, pull it out, and this time, instead of pulling this out and putting it back on, we're going to slip this off of the left hand needle. So now it's creating this in between. So now we're just going to do that for all of them. Again, put it behind, wrap it around, slip it off, just like that. And you can see that it's connecting, and then this is eventually going to get a lot longer as you continue doing this back and forth. So it is transferring all the needles from the left one to the right one. Alright, so now we have all the stitches back onto the right hand needle. So then when this happens, then you'll just switch. And I'll use my right hand, so just switch to your right hand, or if you're left-handed, you'd switch so this is in your left hand. And then you just do the exact same thing. But now, since we've already done that, I'm going to teach you, thirdly, how to cast off. So this is once you're finished and you want to end your scarf or whatever you're working on. So what we're going to do is you're going to knit 2 stitches just like normal. And make sure you're using the long piece that's attached to the yarn, because you don't want to use this piece. So we've knitted 2 stitches onto this needle, and then what we're going to do is slip the left hand needle into the bottom one, just like that, and then we're going to just slip it off so that we only have one left. And then we're going to knit another one like normal. So you always just want to, when you're casting off, always just want to have 2 stitches on the needle that you're working with. And then slip it through the bottom needle, or the bottom stitch right here. And then pull it off, keeping the top stitch on. Just like that. So then we have one. So then we're just going to repeat this process until we don't have any left. Alright, and then when you just have one left, all you're going to do is just slip it off. And then you would clip this. So if I was done, I would clip this, and then you would just take this. So let's just pretend that this is the end that we just clipped. And then you would just weave this through that last stitch. But obviously it'd be on the same side. So to conclude, I hope through my demonstration today, you have learned the 3 simple steps that it takes to learn how to knit. First, how to cast off. Second, how to use the knit stitch. And third, how to cast off. Now, next time you hear someone mention knitting, let them know that there's more to it than just knit 1, purl 2.